I would rather buy Turbo instead of XLM. Now, some people may be shocked at that. And even though nothing I say is financial advice, people may think, okay, this is a pointless argument because the fundamentals of the Stellar blockchain is just a lot better than Turbo. Turbo is complete caca when it comes to the fundamentals. Now, when compared to the Stellar blockchain, which is lightning fast, has great adoption, pretty much one of the best out there, of course, I'm not going to argue about the fundamentals because that'd be a waste of time. But what I'm arguing about is the hypothetical upside. And I'm in the world of cryptocurrencies, after all, to look for hypothetical upside that is more controlled, because I'm not looking for a microcap. I'm not looking for a dinosaur. I want something that's in between, but at the same time still has that room for growth. And I still do believe that when it comes to Turbo, it's just a much better pick for me when it comes to that department as opposed to XLM. And let me explain why. Because if Turbo were to go to the price of 50 cents, which is my price target, by the way, for this run, and if you've been watching my videos for quite a while now, I think you'll probably know that. But even besides that, that right there is around a 44x from here. Now, 50 cents isn't unrealistic because, if it were to go to that price, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $33 billion. So I'm not talking about some random crazy figure here. We've seen Dogecoin reach over 80 billion, so this isn't too, insane, in my opinion, at least. But on the flip side, if let's say XLM did a 44x from here, which I don't think it can do, by the way, during this war run, but let's say it did, at that point, the price would be around $16.70 and market cap would be approximately $506 billion. Now, we got to think about this logically. Can XLM reach this during this war run? I don't think so. That's just my opinion. Now, again, $16.70, that's a little bit too much, right? Let's say around $7, $8, maybe $10 as a bullish case scenario for XLM. I don't see why not. But I think anything beyond that, that'd be pretty much kind of crazy, right? But even besides that point, if you take a look at purely just from a logical standpoint of view, what would have an easier time doing it over a 40x? I think hands down it's going to be Turbo instead of XLM because, again, I think that the market cap required for Turbo to do over a 40x is a lot more realistic than XLM. If I was like an institution or a business or whatever like that, I'd put my foot down and I'd say, hey, we're going to only acquire meme coins instead of some random caca nonsense like XLM or XRP. Now, granted, if they come up with other options like ICP, like Jasmy, like Casper, okay, yeah, why not? But then I'm not going to acquire any Bitcoin, XLM, XRP, Ethereum, Solana. Yeah, I'm not going to do that because if I was like the leader of a large-scale enterprise, I'd tell all these people, I'd tell the shareholders and stockholders, I'd be like, I'm a numbers guy, I got a very good score. On my ACT, I got a 34. I can do Calc 1, Calc 2, Calc 3. I'm talking about calculus here with complete ease, like especially calculus 2. I think I can get pretty much 100% in any exam, hypothetically. But even besides that point, I'll say that because I'm a numbers guy, I understand that as a business, we need hypothetical upside. And what's going to gain us better hypothetical upside? Looking cool in the media, looking cool in the press and saying, yeah, we acquired XRP or Bitcoin, or actually having it translate to actual figures and helping the business do better, and instead acquiring something like Turbo, hypothetically. That's just the way I take a look at it. So some people, when they're heading these large-scale enterprises, like people like Michael Saylor, they say, oh yeah, we got to get Bitcoin. Well, had he acquired meme coins, had he acquired other projects that I was talking about, hypothetically, he'd be a lot better than what he did, or should I say, what he originally would have had he acquired Bitcoin. I mean, he's a big fan of Bitcoin, but I'm pretty sure he likes hypothetical upside, much like I do. But even besides that point, that's why I think Turbo is the winner here for me. And again, I'd much rather choose it over XLM, in my opinion, even though there's nothing against XLM. I think Stellar blockchain is very amazing. But again, I just think it's the winner here for me. Again, I'm not saying that the Stellar blockchain is caca or anything like that, because it's very amazing. For instance, you take a look at the global trade and finance market, predicted to be worth $5 trillion, or should I say in value, right, by 2028, according to Mordor Intelligence. Now, Mordor may sound like some random thing from Lord of the Rings or whatever, but you know what? It's very reputable. So again, it showcases that the market that Stellar is focused on, in a sense, quote unquote, I think is insane, and I think it has good potential. But again, in the world of cryptocurrencies, sometimes people, they look for fun, interesting, and amazing projects. And I think Turbo is exactly that. Even despite being a meme coin, I totally understand this. However, again, if you take a look at Turbo, it has the prerequisites, at least in my perspective, to have such an amazing bull run. Why is that? It's because we've seen time and time again meme coins that are unique, which Turbo is. It's a meme coin created by AI. I get it. It's not some sort of revolutionary AI project, but it's still cool nonetheless in terms of its origin. Not to mention great exposure listed in places like Binance. So yeah, that's insane. Binance, we all know, is amazing. Not to mention it has a very strong and dedicated community. So when you take a look at that, we've seen many times, altcoins just in general that have this recipe for success. That's what I like to call it. Go on to do so well during a fully fledged bull run. And also, especially for meme coins, take a look at Shiba Inu and Dogecoin. They had this recipe, again, being a cool, interesting meme coin with a good community and good exposure. We saw how well they did. And I'm not saying that Turbo has to defeat them, just achieving, let's say, a glimpse of, a Dogecoin, for instance. It's already, again, over a 40x from here. So I don't see why it's so bad. Now, some people may think that, okay, this bull run is going to be complete caca, but when you have over 600 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research, yeah, I don't think it's going to be bad whatsoever. I mean, I think that if anything, even despite this not being 10% of the world's population, it's still amazing given perspective. Back in the peak of the 2021 bull run, keep in mind, there was roughly only around 300 million crypto owners. Now, according to Crypto.com research, there's over 600 million. So again, people may think that, okay, it's actually not that much, but given the context, right, given perspective from what we've seen with cryptocurrencies and how well they did with around 300 million crypto owners, imagine this time around with over 600 million. And this number, seemingly, it feels like it's continuing to grow. So again, sometime in 2025, this number could be a lot more, especially once the FOMO, the buying pressure, the buying volume is really there. Who knows? But even besides that, I think better days are ahead because Bitcoin, I think it's going to go ham during this bull run. And not only do I think Turbo is going to do good, I think XLM is going to do good as well. I don't think XLM is going to do caca again, but I think Turbo could just do better. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about years ago or something crazy like that. Of course, that'd be a different case, but I'm talking about given perspective as of right now. Merry Christmas, by the way, but even besides that point, hope you all have a very good Christmas. But again, we're so close to 2025. I think better days are ahead. This could very well be the case because usually altcoins, they peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event as a worst case scenario. We all know that the last Bitcoin halving event happened back in April. So 18 months from then would actually mean around October of 2025. Now, this is why I like 2025 so much. It's because I think it could be a time to shine. I get it. As of right now, it's Christmas or whatever. People like that. But you know what? I think that 2025 could be the real Christmas in terms of the gift, hypothetically, because I think that could be a time for altcoins to really shine. Despite Turbo doing very well, much like I predicted, by the way, I still think better days are ahead. And some people may think that around a 44x isn't the best upside, but considering how much it pumped, doesn't seem so bad. Let's say doing an additional over a 40x from here, hypothetically. This isn't a guarantee or anything like that. Again, not a guarantee, but I'm just saying, hypothetically, I don't see why not when I consider the trajectory of altcoins, for Bitcoin, when I consider the sentiment for meme coins, and also more specifically Turbo. Yeah, I just don't see why not during this bull run. And again, no one has a magic crystal ball to tell the future, even though that'd be really cool. And I'd like to have that if that did exist. But you know what? Probably doesn't. Who knows? But still, this is all speculative. But I think that, let's say around a year from right now, I think Turbo is going to greatly outperform, or should I say is going to hypothetically greatly outperform something like XLM, especially considering in terms of percentage increase in terms of price, from the point where they are in as of right now. So again, it's just a waiting game and I'm staying patient. And again, if I could only put all my eggs into one basket during this bull on XLM or Turbo, it's hands down going to be Turbo because I get it. It's a meme coin. People may think it's kind of like illogical to choose this over XLM. But again, I'm not comparing the fundamentals. I'm just comparing the hypothetical upside. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's only the captain, and I'll catch you all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.